The Grand Canyon. Presumed by secular scientists to have formed over millions of years. But new evidence shows this is simply not the case. A catastrophic event formed the layers, and something else cut the canyon very quickly. Mostly accessible from the rim, millions of visitors come annually. But the dream of most is to get into the canyon. Introducing Creation Adventures, a tour company led by geologist Dr. Steve Austin, where participants are invited to explore well-known geologic areas of the world from a biblical worldview. One upcoming tour is exploring the Grand Canyon by rafting the Colorado River for 8 days, covering 187 miles, with a group of 20 like-minded people. Creation Adventures partners with experienced river guides who outfit the group with 2 large motorized rubber rafts, a full array of camping equipment, and entertainment. Each day includes plenty of white water, amazing scenic views, great food, great teaching from one of the world's top experts, and great fellowship at the end of the day. Creation Adventures makes sure each trip creates memories that will last a lifetime. Your adventure begins at the Las Vegas airport. A tour bus takes you through the grand staircase rock strata layers of northwest Arizona as your tour geologist and guide explains the spectacle. Marble Canyon is at the northeast edge of the Grand Canyon and the starting point for the raft trip. The night before, preparations are made, gear packed, and a shared meal of ribs and chicken is enjoyed by all. The next morning, the group is driven down to the river, and final loading commences. Dr. Austin doesn't waste any time explaining what the group will see on the first day.
We see the complete section there of the Moenkopi, and down at river level at the Priya Riffle we see the first outcrop of Kaibab limestone.
Over a 6-day period, the group will see unique waterfalls, caves, side streams, and old Indian villages. Along the way, Dr. Austin explains the geology, including the Great Unconformity.
So above us is 4,000 feet of strata to the what? Kaibab on the rim. Then we come to this slightly inclined strata here below us. And that's called the Great Unconformity, and it's called an angular unconformity. In other words, the strata below are an angle to the strata above. We see here rapid, catastrophic beveling of the North American continent at the beginning of the flood. This is close to the surface that Noah may have walked on, but probably not that close.
At the end of each day, a campsite is chosen, gear unloaded, dinner prepared, tents and cots set up, and then a meal enjoyed by everyone. After dinner, there's time for watching the sunset along the canyon walls while you sit among new friends in the fellowship of the evening. After sundown, most people are settling down into bed to watch the amazing view of the stars. After an early rise, coffee, and a tasty breakfast, camp is broken down and loaded into the boat. At lunchtime, a beach is chosen by the crew and an attractive array of sandwich condiments is prepared. Some have brought reels and rods to fish for trout during the lunch break. Then it's back to the river for more amazing views and rapids. Each day is spent viewing the incredible canyon walls, as well as traversing the amazing whitewater. Some rapids are more tame, while others are more technical. Rafters can choose to sit at the rear of the boat, or where the action really happens, in the front. Throughout the week, Dr. Austin leads hikes into scenic slot canyons to showcase the extraordinary geologic features. One of the highlights is Dr. Austin sharing his research on the nautiloid bed found within the Red Wall limestone. This bed stretches from Arizona to Las Vegas. These extinct creatures were large squid-like animals and buried in a global and massive flood. The trip concludes on the last day by flying out of the canyon on an amazing short helicopter trip to Bar 10 Ranch. The ranch provides showers, games, lunch, and beautiful scenic views before the plane comes to pick everyone up for the flight back to Las Vegas. As the plane takes off, there is one more view of the world's most famous canyon. The Grand Canyon is a testament to the global flood, which happened only several thousand years ago. The massive sedimentary layers show evidence for quick deposition during the flood. For years, visitors of the Grand Canyon have been told the canyon was cut slowly by the Colorado River, but Dr. Austin will share the evidence that this canyon was cut much quicker in a catastrophic event. He'll also share evidence for the formation of the basement layers during the creation week several thousand years ago. Coming on this trip provides the rafter with a unique view of the canyon so few are able to see. Rafting the Grand Canyon rates near the top of most people's bucket list. So coming on this trip with one of the top creation geologists in the world, getting explanations for what you see from a biblical worldview is a trip of a lifetime.
I had an awesome time, first of all. A vacation of a lifetime. I learned about desert environments in terms of the extreme heat, extreme cold, beautiful views at every turn.
I loved it. It was a great trip, very educational for me. Not only did I get to enjoy the beauty of nature, but really got to get a better understanding of what all this is, where it came from certainly from a creationist point of view.
We used to learn so much about the massiveness of God's creation, the flood, and how awesome this world is. I had a great time with my son. The rapids were fun, the camping was fun, great crew, everything was awesome. The food was great, and just a great trip.
The trip was awesome. Food is awesome. The fellowship is excellent. You get to meet new people, and then there's the nautiloids. You can't beat those nautiloids.
Learned a lot with Steve Austin on the layers and the fossils, the nautiloids.
I loved the grandeur of the trip. Seeing the Grand Canyon from when I was a kid from up top was one thing, and then to actually be in the canyon and then to learn about the layers was fantastic.
The piece that puts it over the top is Steve Austin's geology wisdom, and he shares that with you, and it makes the rocks come alive. If he wasn't here, I'd be looking around going, a lot of rocks. But with Steve, each rock has a story, and that meshes with Bible history, and so it's very confirming to those who have a high regard for the Scripture.
I was able to grab enough to really start to grasp the magnitude of the catastrophe that was involved and just the power that's evident here. And then being able to share that with my daughter was an absolute treat.
Overall, it was a fantastic trip. I would highly recommend it.
It solidifies in your heart the belief in God and His creation.
Every person should take this trip.
It's a good educational experience, but at the same time, you really get to enjoy nature, God's beauty, everything He put here for us to enjoy.
Not being a geological student without having that background, it was very valuable, so I definitely recommend it.
Creation Adventures has an upcoming raft trip of the Grand Canyon. Seats are filling up quickly, so make your reservation today by going to the website or calling us. In addition to the Grand Canyon, Creation Adventures and Dr. Austin are scheduling other trips around the world. This includes Mount St. Helens in Washington State, the Pittsburgh Coal and Geology Bus Tour, and the amazing geology of Alaska. Find out more on our website. We look forward to having you on one of our creation adventures.